Welcome in to another Running with the Timberwolves podcast on the Believe Sports Network. My name is Gabe Anderson, and I'm joined, as always, by Chris Emerson. Chris, how we doing?
We're doing well. We're holding on strong with Ant out, and we're playing fun basketball.
We really are playing fun basketball. And honestly, I was looking at it at the Western Conference standings, and obviously we talk about that the West is going to be a gauntlet. But I was looking, if we can win some of these games and get a little bit of a buffer between us and the 7 seed, like the Suns or the Warriors, I think that's very doable. I mean, we got a 3-game lead right now. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to catch up to the likes of the Spurs or even the Lakers or even the Denver, but I feel pretty good if we can have a pretty good buffer where we don't have to go all systems go at the end of the season and barely make it into the playoffs proper. I think I would feel pretty good about that.
Right, and it's not like we're playing amazing basketball right now, but
Right.
I don't believe in the Warriors. I don't think they're that good. And when the Suns start getting healthy again, quote unquote healthy again, adding a guy like Green to that lineup might not necessarily make it a better team right away. So messing with their continuity might make them stumble a bit. So we'll see.
Right. And before we get going, make sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and or Apple. And on Spotify and Apple, you can leave a comment as well, or at least on Spotify, you can leave a comment. So let us know. We're going to talk about trades today. So let us know what trade you want to see done, or just a player you want to see the Wolves go after. And of course, tell a friend, subscribe as well. Tell a friend about the podcast. And let's get right into it. So we asked you guys for a bunch of trades that you would want to see the Wolves do pretty much this year for the Timberwolves during the trade deadline or before. Or I believe today was the day where a lot of the players could actually be traded.
Yep.
Today could actually be traded today. So by the way, before we get going, I do want to say that I know I put something on Twitter saying that my sources were telling me that Giannis was coming to the Wolves, or I had a hunch on that. I do want to say that was a little premature and my sources were kind of bad. Honestly, my source was my friend who heard their coworker say something, and I just thought I would throw it out there and get people excited. Giannis could still come to the Wolves, maybe, but I have no guarantees on that. So take that with a grain of salt. In fact, on my other account, my personal account, I reposted and said, my sources suck. So there you go. So
what if it happens? You can claim it.
Right, absolutely, yeah. It's like that guy that tweets every day, the 2036 Super Bowl is going to be the 49ers and the Patriots, and it's going to be 36-22. And he tweets that every day just in case it happens, the 1 in a million thing. So take it with a grain of salt. But also follow us on X as well. Just look up Running with the Timberwolves. Anyway, let's get into our first trade. Thank you so much, Matthew Jacob on Facebook. We're looking at the one on the left here. And by the way, for you Spotify listeners, I will say the trade several times so you'll know what we're talking about. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube as well, don't worry about the X's or saying that it failed, because I did all of these before these players were allowed to be traded. So yes, of course, it's going to say that the trade failed. So we're just going to look at these. So the first one that I have here is Jrue Holiday. Obviously, we're talking about the Trailblazers.
Right.
Robert Williams III and Matisse Thybulle for Rudy Gobert, Donte DiVincenzo, and Mike Conley. I just want to get your thoughts initially here. By the way, this is from Matthew Jacob on Facebook. Your thoughts on Jrue Holiday, Robert Williams III, Matisse Thybulle for Rudy Gobert, Donte DiVincenzo, and Minnesota Mike. Just want to get your initial reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I've been so right away I was like, yeah, I would for sure do it. And then I was like, well, no, probably not. And then I'm maybe back again. So it's one of those trades that's actually a pretty good trade because it's close. If I had to do and this is a pretty initial look, How long is Holiday's contract? 3 years?
I'll take a look.
Almost the same as Rudy's. Yeah, I'd do the trade. I would
You
say,
would.
yep, I would do it. Even though, like if I had to say yes or no, I would probably do it just because I think we need to switch something up. I really like Robert Williams is really the big part of it.
Okay.
Is he is so much energy. He's just never healthy. So you just roll the dice that he's healthy.
Well, here's the thing. I understand that it's a ticking clock on Rudy. I understand that Mike Conley isn't getting any younger. And in fact, Matthew Jacob on Facebook, he did say that the Blazers would probably waive Mike Conley anyway, and he would probably sign with a contender. Mike Conley will come up in a lot of these trades because he's really one of our only like $10 million trade pieces. And I think a lot of teams might waive him so he can go to a contender. But that's coming. You know that I am super high on Donte DiVincenzo. I really am. I love Donte DiVincenzo. I think his worth is way more than just a guy who shoots threes. I think, particularly, watch him last night. He was a stat stuffer. We not literally, but we were close to triple double watch with the guy last night. Now, I'm not saying he's a world beater here, but I just love his scrappiness. I love that he does things even when he's not hitting threes, and then, of course, hit the big threes in the game against the Warriors. It seems like the past couple wins, he's made at least one play that was huge in some capacity. I am a big Donte DiVincenzo fan. And the other thing, the reason I like this trade, I wouldn't do it for the Wolves because just giving up on Rudy Gobert for Jrue Holiday, I don't like it. I understand that you have Robert Williams III as kind of a backup big man, but he's had injury issues as well. I don't know if he fits as well. Rudy's such a good screener. He gets people open. He's been dominant lately. And by the way, I'm pretty sure the reason that reports are the reason that he left in the middle of the third quarter is because I believe his ex had a kid. So Rudy had a kid. Congratulations to him.
So the reasons why I'm looking at this is Donte. The thing you got to remember about him is he's making hardly anything right now. So his contract is super cheap. But next year we're gonna have to give him a contract. Like he's got 2 years, but he's not playing his last year out without a contract. So this offseason, we're gonna have to cut him a deal. And are we cutting him a $25 million deal? That's probably what he needs. We don't have that money. So like Donte gets to be one of these pieces on your roster where it's like you almost have to move him when he has value because you can't, just like Nickeil Alexander-Walker last year, like we can't afford paying you what you're worth. So you kind of have to move him. And then I will say, I don't think Mike Conley gets traded at all. I think our organization just in general won't trade him. Just because that's how we've been treating vets.
Hold on. Unless there is understanding with the other team, like let's say he gets traded back to Utah or something.
Right. There has to be something really set up.
Unless there's an understanding where, hey, we're going to let you go sign with a different contender. Then I would say, and particularly if Mike Conley signs up for it, there's one thing with Mike Conley, he does not have a chip yet. So as much as Mike Conley is a legit person, we all love Minnesota Mike, the strive to actually win a chip before his career is over, which is very soon, let's be completely honest, I think is high. I think that's why he's here, to be completely honest.
Oh, for sure.
To try to win a chip. But, could you see, I don't know, just being a mentor, like at OKC or jumping somewhere where you can tell that's where I can see them trading Mike Conley. And I think the organization, like we were talking about Portland, I think they would treat Mike Conley well in that situation, particularly the way that they treated Damian Lillard.
Right.
And don't get me wrong.
I'm just saying, don't put him in a deal going to Charlotte.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think they would do that. No, I don't think they would do that. Anyway, so your thumbs up on this trade?
If this was the only trade that I had in my books, maybe. I would probably just hold pat. I
would too.
But, I don't hate it.
Here's the other thing, and that we'll talk about as we go through these trades. we may have a point guard in Bones Hyland.
Right.
I'm not saying he's better than Jrue Holiday, but if he's even 80% of Jrue Holiday, maybe this isn't even a conversation.
And to that point, if I'm making a trade, if I'm the Timberwolves making a trade, I'm getting a guy that is going to be very impactful. Like that's who I'm trading for if I'm doing the trade. Like, but we'll get into that.
Right. So let's go to kind of a smaller one. By the way, thank you, Matthew Jacob on Facebook, for bringing this trade. We really appreciate it. It's an interesting one to think about. So let's go to Adam J. Olson on Facebook. A little bit of a smaller one, and I think this goes into, and I've been guilty of this as well, Minnesota fans thinking that players from Minnesota are the best, the best player. But, I mean, we'll look into it. We have, for the Chicago Bulls, Tre Jones, just Tre Jones. That's it. And we would be giving them Rob Dillingham and Leonard Miller. Your initial thoughts?
So, people might think this is a ludicrous trade. Like, why would we do that? But I had Tre Jones on my fantasy team while he was playing and getting like starter minutes for the Bulls in the beginning of the year. And he was good. Like, he was really good. He is a good, solid player. I don't know if he would be I don't know how huge of an upgrade over a guy like if we gave Mike Conley more time with the ball in his hands. I don't know if he'd be too much of an upgrade over Conley. So, like, I don't know if I would give up Dillingham, just the lottery, the rolling the dice that he might end up still being, who knows, for that. But it's not a terrible deal, and it probably would make our team better right away. Like, we would be a better team after this deal. I just don't know if we would be long term.
Right. And I'll say this, Leonard Miller is thrown into a lot of these trades.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Sure, whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, that's just to make this salary work.
Yeah. And honestly, I would be happy if Leonard Miller went to the Bulls and found like a spot. A la Josh Minott. Let's be honest. Josh Minott wasn't going to find a spot here in Minnesota, and he's starting for the Celtics. Good for him. That's all you can say. Anyway, so yeah, Leonard Miller, whatever. I do think it's interesting. It would be admitting defeat on Dillingham, or at least saying that we gave up too much to get him, at least. Because
what if we traded?
It'd almost be a Ryan Dunn situation.
I wouldn't say that. What if this was Tre Jones for a 2031 first round pick in Leonard Miller?
Oh, then yeah, first round pick.
Yeah, 2031 first round pick and Leonard Miller.
So 2031, that's towards the end of Ant's contract. Yeah, maybe I'd do that. I mean, the money wouldn't work. You'd have to throw in someone.
That's what Dillingham's is. Dillingham, we got him for like a 2030 first round pick.
Right. No, I understand that, but it would be admitting defeat on Rob Dillingham. My other thing on Tre Jones that I found here, he's only shooting 25% from three. Yeah. So don't expect him to come out and shoot lights out or anything.
He's a defender. He controls the ball. He doesn't turn the ball over.
Right.
Rebounds a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so the other thing that I found is, because people remember Tyus, and I always equate me as the same age as Tyus because we were in the same graduating class and almost played him in high school. That's a different story. It was at a summer tournament. If we would have beat Hopkins, we would have played him. Anyway, his brother Tre's younger. He's actually only 25, so that's exactly on Ant's timeline. I think the Bulls would do this. I really do think the Bulls would do. They would.
So many guards. They might as well take another shot at a young kid.
Yeah, I mean, just think it. They have Ayo DeSumo on their bench. They have Coby, and I know the sexy one is Coby White, which we'll talk about in a second. They have Javon Carter on their bench as well. Yeah, a lot of guards. I mean, I think that Dillingham might do better in Chicago. I think there would be a game where maybe Chicago's out of it and he scores 25 points and everyone's going, oh no, what did we do? Like, what a steal Chicago got. They did it again. It's Jimmy Butler all over again.
Exactly.
But yeah, honestly, if you can get over the hump that Rob's just a mistake, then I wouldn't, this wouldn't kill me. I would not lose any sleep over this trade.
No, it'd be fine. I just don't know. like I said, we'd probably be better this year if we
Right.
gave. I just don't know if Tre Jones is going to be getting that much more minutes over Bones.
Right. And that's the other thing. Are we good going Bones and then Dillingham and Conley? Maybe not.
Well, I
But
mean, and Donte's mixed in there a little bit.
and
Yeah.
Donte mixed in. Like I said, I've been saying this for a while. We just need, and I know it sounds like a broken record. We just need a situational point guard. When things go rough, we just need someone to steady the ship. And maybe Tre Jones is that. I don't even think if we still have Bones on the, maybe even if Bones is on the roster, I mean, I think Jones is probably a better ball handler, but maybe even Bones still starts and we have Tre coming off the bench. Who knows?
Right.
See, are you thumbs down or thumbs up on this?
For this season, I would say thumbs. I would say thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Okay. I'm close. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't hate it. Obviously,
both of these are good trades because of that reason.
Right. And by the way, just a reminder for the listeners, we're talking Tre Jones for Rob Dillingham and Leonard Miller. Let us know if you would do that. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Before we keep going, let's get a message from our sponsor, 612 Tees.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to hop in and tell you about today's sponsor, 612 Tees. Now, the holidays are right around the corner. Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, I want you to look good and the people in your life to look good with these awesome t-shirts. Perfect time to get the Timberwolves fan or Vikings fan in your life the tee that they have always wanted. Check out 612tees.com. Whether it's Jalen Clark, you want a Anthony Edwards shirt, whether you even want a Bones Hyland shirt, maybe the point guard of the future. Of course, we've got the Naz Reid shirts as well. We got Queen Fee here if you're a Lynx fan. Julius Randle, the Goosebumps shirt. So many cool shirts for you to check out at 612tees.com. And, of course, we're going to hook you up, get you 25% off your first order by scanning the QR code that I'm pointing at right now, or you can use RUN25 at checkout or the link in the description. Again, that's RUN25 at checkout, or scan the QR code right now to check out everything that 612 Tees has to offer you. Thanks to Cole at 612 Tees, and make sure that you get the Wolves fan in your life the gift that he or she is going to treasure this holiday season. Let's get back to the show.
Do you like my commercial production there?
It was wonderful. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, 612 Tees. Check it out.
And they're nice feeling tees. Yeah. They feel nice. Like they're not like crappy t-shirts.
Yeah, they do. Like I said, my Donte DiVincenzo one, I wear it all the time. Wear it all the time. It's got his face on it. It's awesome. And like I said, what I love about 612 Tees is he's always coming up with new stuff. It's never stale. It's never like, oh, I'm going to rest on this tee. He's always innovating, always trying new stuff. Check him out. 612 Tees, promo code RUN25, or use the link in the description. Okay, let's go forward here to a big one.
Woo!
Yeah, it just went up to 11 right now.
Yeah, it did.
Maybe even 12 or 13. So this goes into the tweet that I said earlier today, which, like I said, if you're listening late, it's false. I don't know that Giannis is going to be a Timberwolf, but this one is to the Timberwolves, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And honestly, there's going to probably be some players added onto it. I didn't have time to put it all together, but it's just the idea. Just imagine that the players you get back are nobodies, okay? Like, you're not getting Gary Trent Jr. or something.
Does this come close to match cap-wise?
It's very close. Yes, it's very close. So Giannis Antetokounmpo for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, Terrence Shannon Jr., Leonard Miller, and 2 first-round picks, 2028 and 2030. Your initial thoughts?
Yes.
You would?
For sure. Because, I mean, again, to play devil's advocate, glass half empty, Rob Dillingham, let's say he's not going to be a rotational piece going forward long term. So then who cares? Terrence Shannon Jr., I don't feel like he's going to be a role player in a winning team going forward. So I don't care about him. Leonard Miller, he can be gone. So now we're down to Donte and Julius Randle for the Greek Freak. And then we're like, okay, Donte, like I mentioned, he's going to need a big contract coming up soon. That's going to be tough. Like, are we going to do that? We're going to have to move him anyways.
Right.
So, I mean, when you break it down, I think I would do it.
Here's the question though: would the Bucks do it? I don't think they would.
I wouldn't if I was them, because I'm going to want what I always said when I was going to trade Karl Anthony Towns is I want a first round draft pick where I know that it's a top 5 pick. Like, I know that it's one of these 5 guys, not just a lottery. I know who it is. I'm going to need a young player that I can build on and just a ton of cap space. And that's not what you have here. So yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was the Bucks.
I totally agree with you. I don't think so. As much as Julius Randle is playing out of his mind, he's playing great. Here's the thing. I don't think you could sell the Bucks faithful, the Milwaukee faithful, who not that long ago saw Giannis Antetokounmpo win a championship. I don't think you can sell them with the team they have now, plus Julius Randle. I don't think Julius Randle can be your centerpiece for a while. And maybe they try to trade him. Maybe they try to get off of his contract, which is actually a pretty decent contract.
A great deal, yeah.
I don't know if, like you were saying, if the centerpiece of the deal is Julius Randle, I think you'd rather have like Charlotte's draft pick or someone else's draft pick. I don't know, man.
Same as Mike Conley. I don't think we trade Julius Randle. I don't think think so either. I don't think he would, because again, he brought him here in this deal. Julius Randle took a nice team-friendly deal. He's talking about, like, this is where he wants his family to be and stuff. Like, he's on the end of his career. I don't think this organization would treat a veteran that way. So I'd be surprised if we move Randle for anybody, but we're playing in hypotheticals. So
right. And what you got to remember on the Bucks side of things is, like we talked about with Anthony Edwards, the same thing with Anthony Edwards. You know how we talked about where we've only had 2 elite players in franchise history,
right?
Well, the Bucks have had 2, and Giannis is one of them. So right. you got to understand that as much as it may make sense for the Bucks to move on from Giannis, Giannis brought them their first championship since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There is love for Giannis there. The Bucks franchise, if they were to not get a ton of picks and look like we're building something for the future. I mean, actually, we talk about it with Wilder Adams. Ryan Rollins does look like a pretty good player. There's a couple pieces there. Gary Trent Jr. can shoot. But if you're looking like you're just going into obscurity land and not even a full rebuild, because I think Bucks fans would rather go into a full rebuild than go into obscurity land, because it was mission accomplished, right? Even though you've been bad in the playoffs the last couple of years, you got a championship out of it. That's what they'll remember. And Middleton is in Washington now. The team's not together. Really, the only relics left of that are Bobby Portis and Giannis, and obviously Giannis would be gone in this situation. I don't see the Bucks doing it. Would I do this? Like I said, Julius has been playing awesome, but when it's Giannis, you just got to pull the trigger. I don't think
there's levels.
Right. I don't think the Bucks would do this. I don't think.
No, but it's not far off. It's not a terrible deal either.
Here's the thing. I think the Bucks would want more picks and less assets, because I think they want to go into a rebuild.
Yeah.
Particularly now, the East is wide open, but if your goal is to win a championship and you're not somewhere like the Nuggets where you have Jokic, a generational talent, you have Ant, a generational talent, I think a lot of these teams are going to be like, why are we trying to beat the Thunder right now? Like, let's kind of ride off this storm a little bit.
That was my point back in the day with Golden State, when everyone was trying to go big on some big home runs. I was like, it's not the time yet. Like, you don't want to throw all your money into the bank or, into a big deal when there's a team that's right at its peak looks unstoppable. Like give it, like you said, give it a couple years.
Right. See,
let the salary cap beat them up a little bit.
Yep.
Then we can make a move.
See if these OKC draft picks pan out. I mean, everyone talks about, and they have done well. Like AJ Mitchell has been awesome for OKC. They found guys that can contribute. But see if OKC, if they draft well. I mean, history says they will, but who knows? Who knows on that? So it is a tough time. But on the same coin, talking about the Bucks a little bit, on the same coin, there are some owners and some organizations, and I bring it up like the mid 2010s Pacers, who are just okay with being okay. Like as long as they are selling seats, as long as they're in the playoff hunts, as long as they can sell some playoff tickets for the first or maybe the second round, everything is fine. Yep. There are some organizations like that. Are the Bucks one of them? I don't know.
They just built a new stadium, so I mean they're reaping in that new stadium revenue right now. So
right, for sure. All right, so I think we'd both be thumbs up on this. Like I said, it would be tough for me, but once you broke it down with how much
you just have to. When it's a guy like that type of level, you got to give it a shot.
Right. Yep. For sure. Like I said, the ceiling with their Ant's not going to be here forever. And you got to give it a chance. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's go to Talon on X. Interesting one here. So a guy that I was kind of bringing up a little bit. So you got Rob Dillingham and Bones Hyland. And then, of course, hey, Leonard Miller, you're back. Yep. Leonard Miller. By the way, Leonard Miller's going to be in here to make salaries work a lot. So get used to it. And then so we get TJ McConnell and Cam Jones. He's a 6'11 center from I don't know where, but he's on a 4-year friendly contract. But really the main one, it's basically Rob Dillingham and Bones for TJ McConnell. Your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts is I love TJ McConnell, but I also know that he is like their Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid mixed into one. So you're going to have to really probably give them something they really like to peel them off of him. But strictly as a player, he's kind of like a better version of Tre Jones we were just talking about. Like not much of a shooter, but he's scrappy. He can defend. He's where you need to be. He's a pro's pro. Right. I mean, I love him. I would do this deal. This deal would make us better day one. But I don't think that the Pacers would do it.
Yeah, another one. I don't think the Pacers would do it either. Because, I mean, if they were going to take a chance on Bones Hyland, they would have done the offseason. Right. And honestly, where they are now, they don't need to really take chances on guards or anything like that.
I don't mind a Dillingham for them to back up Halliburton. I mean,
right.
I could, I guess, see them maybe taking a shot if they're like, well, we got 4 years. Like, we got cheaper money here. Right. They're about to have $1 trillion in free agent money. They might have a top 5 pick. Like they could just go super young, but TJ's kind of the dude you kind of want around when those young kids come into, I think. Yeah,
that's true. And TJ McConnell, he is 32 years old, going on 33 years old. He's an older guy, 33% from 3. Although, like I said, Leonard Miller, no problem with seeing him go.
Right.
I'm kind of on the Bones train, man. I don't know.
Love it.
Like I know we've been talking about him for like
3 years, mind you.
For like 3 years, and I could show you receipts if you want. I will walk you through it. But I don't know. Maybe see if we have any, because I think you have a buffer until the trade deadline.
I wouldn't trade both of those. I would never. Right. I don't think I would trade Dillingham and Bones just because I want to have one of those guys.
Right. And that's the thing. We have this buffer until the trade deadline where see what we got in Bones. And if it's terrible, then pull the plug, Like what do we have?
Bones.
I don't think so either.
I think he's untouchable, almost like Anthony Edwards and some of those vets, because I mean, Tim Conley has chased him all around the NBA multiple times. That's not a guy you move for just for a salary filler.
Right. I agree. And I will mention this. the Wolves have a pretty good track record with the extra guys, right? Like the guys that you just kind of find off the street. Like, and I'll give you a few examples. Greg Monroe, he had a good run for the Wolves. So we just kind of found him out of nowhere. Of course, the big one, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, throw in with the Conley trade, just kind of an afterthought. But I mean, how big was he? Even, and I know this is like 6 years ago, even Naz Reid. I mean, undrafted guy, we gave him a chance. And this is not saying that the Wolves are miracle workers with talent development, but because a lot of it is Naz Reid taking the initiative and finessing his game and working as hard as he can. But I mean, we gave him a shot and he worked out. So, I mean, maybe Bones will work out. Actually, I saw a tweet from Wilder Adams. He's been on the show. He was talking about how Bones Hyland was actually in the Denver rotation as a rookie and was on pace to being like one of the best off the bench scorers. It just didn't work out. But maybe it works out here. Like I said, I'm in the Bone Zone. By the way, you can check out 612 Tees and get an awesome Bone Zone t-shirt. I think there's 2 of them on there. Go get one for Christmas. Promo code RUN25. But I'm on the Bone train, man, and maybe I'm overreacting because he played well against the Kings, but damn it, I'm overreacting.
You're not going to – I got nothing to say. You know I'm a Bones guy, so, like, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Yeah, not
so,
surprised.
Overall, Dillingham, Bones, Leonard for TJ McConnell and Cam Jones, you would be thumbs up, thumbs down?
I'm going to go thumbs down.
Okay. All right, I think that's totally fine. I think I would be too. It's just, it would be tough. It's weird in that trade a year and a half ago to think, man, we'd have to give up Bones for that.
Yeah.
And then not the other way around. All right, so
I'm also higher on Dillingham than most people. Like, I'm not as out on Dillingham as some people. I think he's still got – I mean, we got 3 years on his rookie deal before we got to pay the guy. So let's see what we got.
Yeah, like you said, he's really not costing as much.
No.
It's just
I don't care about anybody under $10 million, to be honest with you.
It would just be him to get a new scenery. It would really, really be the thing. All right, let's go to our next one. Cody on Blue Sky. Yes, we're on Blue Sky. We have a very small footprint on Blue Sky, but we're trying to go everywhere. So he gives us 2 trades, and you'll recognize 2 of these players from last night, although I think one of them, actually 2 of them here did not. No, 3 of them here didn't play. 4 of them here didn't play last night. But anyway, you'll see what I mean in a second. So the first one here is Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis to the Wolves in exchange for Mike Conley and Rob Dillingham. And so my initial thoughts, I'd do this, but go ahead.
I mean, I'm a huge Dennis Schroeder guy. So, yes, I'm doing it. I think that he is right on the bottom end of that next echelon of like impactful guards, like that I would go to try to get. Like, he's a step up from TJ McConnell. He's a step up from Tre Jones. He's a step up from guys like that where he can impact the game to hold the game. So, and I love Keon Ellis. Like, I both of those guys better than the guys we're trading. So I would do that first one in a heartbeat. Here's
the thing. I have some, not boots on the ground in Sacramento, but a little bit of hand on the pulse of Sacramento. By the way, they're miserable. They hate this team. I feel bad for them right now. But I do this deal in a heartbeat. And like I said, I think they'd waive Conley, so I think it would just be for Dillingham, to be completely honest with you. I don't think there's any reason Mike Conley ends the year as a Sacramento King. No reason. They're
cutting salary. I don't think they can pay or want to pay Keon Ellis either, so he's trade fodder all over the NBA.
Which is sad, because like I was going to say, the fan base loves Keon Ellis. Yeah. They are saying just start enough of this Westbrook BS, enough of the rest of, like, look at who they had at the end of the game. You have DeMar DeRozan, you have Dennis Schroeder out there. I mean, I think he would be good with us, but you have all these veterans out there for a horrible team. Like
It's insane.
It's just a worse version of Chicago all over again. And by the way, I think Levine got hurt last night because he did not play the second half.
No.
So, man, they're just a mess. The reason the Kings would do it would be for Dillingham, see what he's got, see if he can
cut salary.
Yeah, cut salary. I don't think they do this because I don't think, man, I think they might sign Keon if they're going into a full rebuild because I think the Kings are still delusional that they can figure something out.
We'll see what they do. They might, but I don't think that they're going to blow their entire roster up. So, I mean, this is a kind of deal that we could probably get in on, maybe a 5-team deal where the Kings are moving 1 million players. Like, that's what a lot of these trades are going to maybe end up being now, is these really big multi-team deals where this could be our portion of a huge deal.
Right. So the next trade really goes into it's really similar. It's also for Dennis Schroeder. This time it's Jrue Eubanks.
I would do it again
for salary filler, a nice backup big. And then we got Conley again, Bones. So it's basically the same trade. It's just Bones is in there, and then Leonard Miller. Hi Leonard.
Right, you lose Keon Ellis, which is a downgrade. I'd rather have him than Eubanks, but Eubanks isn't terrible. Like, he's a salvageable big.
He's fine.
And then Dillingham and Bones is flopped, but Schroeder's the prize.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Also, I mean, I don't know how much Keon is going to ask, but he's not getting minutes. We might be able to get him on a nice deal.
Right.
If we did sign him. By the way, Keon left 1 year left in his contract. Looks like Schroeder 3 years left in his contract. Who knows if he plays that out, to be honest. But let's go on the top one. Schroeder, Ellis for Conley, Dillingham. You thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
And then Schroeder, Eubanks, Conley, Bones, Leonard.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up on both of them. You are high on Dennis Schroeder. A little bit on Dennis Schroeder here. I think he has a lot left in the tank.
He's a defender. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy that, like, he gets up in your skin and he's lightning quick to the rim, so he gets to the paint easy. He's been everywhere. He's been in pressure situations. So I'm like, yeah, he's a vet.
He's great in Euroball.
Oh, yeah.
You get him on that German team, and he turns into a whole new Schroeder. If we could get German Schroeder, I'd do this in 2 seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
There's something about when they're playing for their country.
Yeah.
Like Rubio shoots like 45% from 3. It's unreal.
I love it.
So, yeah, like I said, I would be up on this as well. As much as it would suck to not see Conley retire here,
right?
I would like that for him. And it's two tiered, right? It's, you want to win a championship, you want to be relevant, you want to do everything it takes to win. But at the same time, these are people, right? Like, you don't want to send Mike Conley away to Sacramento where he's got to find a new team. You don't want to do what the Clippers did to Chris Paul.
Right.
You really don't want to do that. And I
don't think we will.
The problem is we just don't have many salary fillers. So I almost feel like let me go back here. I think that the trade that could happen is like a small one for like a Tre Jones or something like that, or just to screw it, we're going all in like this one. That's what I feel like could happen. I feel like the middle ground is much more unlikely.
I agree. I think if we make a trade, it's going to be for a starter.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. We got a couple fan comments. Brian Pacias,
LaMelo, 100%. Let's do it.
LaMelo or James Harden. I actually have I don't know about LaMelo. I'd be more high on James Harden. I think LaMelo's too injury prone, and I don't know about LaMelo. But
my question on Harden that people have to remember that are talking about Harden is he's got a player option for next year. So if we're giving up $40 million worth of salary to get in, which is going to be like starting level players like a Rudy or like Nas and Jaden, like that type of guy, it's very possible that Harden after this season will say, nah, I want to go somewhere else and sign a bigger deal. Like, he could just walk away. So like
Right.
that's a little tricky on his part.
So another comment, Drew Holiday. Dre Thomas says fire Finch and get a starting point guard. Okay. Well. And then Matthew Hoffman says Trey or Tyus, Isaiah Collier, Jamal Shed, which they're not giving up Jamal Shed, I can tell you right now. Scottie Pippen Jr., Craig Porter Jr., Datsun Jenkins, Ryan Rollins. I can guarantee they're not giving up Ryan Rollins. Colin Gillespie. I can guarantee they're not giving up Colin Gillespie. Keaton Wallace. I don't think they're going to. And Jose Alvarado, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we need a traditional point guard who also plays defense and won't cost too much. Yeah, I think we don't need that. I think we need more. I think we need somebody that is a guard that when he has a ball in his hands, the defense has to adjust to him. Because right now the problem is Anthony Edwards, with all those guys you mentioned, Anthony Edwards is still going to be the guy bringing the ball up when it matters because those guys don't.
Right.
And then the defense is going to set up to try to stop him.
And
so
then,
that's what we have to get away from.
And then we'll go to this Shea Butter, who we've done some events with him. We've had him on a couple times. He said, I saw rumors of us reaching out about Coby White. I think that would be the best fit for us right now without hopefully giving up too much. Fair. So Chris drew up this trade. I'll say it for the Spotify and Apple listeners, and then you can go on it. So he has a 3-team trade. It's to the Bulls, Mitchell Robinson, a 2nd-round pick, and 2 2nd-round picks, basically. To us, Coby White, and then to the Knicks, Donte DiVincenzo.
So the reason I did this is twofold. One, there's plenty of deals that would get Coby White to us. We'd probably have to bring back another guy that has some salary because Coby White is sort of like Donte, where he's not making as much as his value is. So it's kind of hard to trade value for value. But there's also tons of rumors out of New York right now that Donte DiVincenzo is being shopped to them. Like they are very, very sure that Donte DiVincenzo is somebody that the Knicks have a real shot at trading for. So if there's real flames to the smoke that I'm hearing, it also doesn't really line up. There's nobody on the Knicks that we would want. Like salary-wise would be Mitchell Robinson. Why would we want him? Like that doesn't make sense.
Shooting like 18% from the free throw line.
Right. He's also he's a monster and everywhere else, but
but you borderline can't have him in the game.
Exactly.
In the 4th quarter. You can't. You almost can't.
This is just a way that I was like, how can I make these things work for each team slightly? But I think the Bulls would need a little bit more, but I don't know, like maybe if those 2 seconds were a protected first or something like that. Like, I think the Knicks would maybe give up a protected first and Robinson for Donte. That would make sense. We would give up Donte for Coby White. I think that would be a deal that our GM would make. I just don't know if the Bulls would take maybe a first and Mitchell Robinson, but maybe like it could work.
I like Coby White. I think he's a good scorer. I think he's a good player. You know what I think about Donte. I would just hate to see him go. But if
different types of players,
right? No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just on the fence, and I know I've said this time and time again. I don't like you were saying. I don't think we need a full-time like has the ball point guard. I just think we need someone in the crunch time, and I've been saying it time and time again. On that, let me get to 2 trades before we end the show here. By the way, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Yada yada yada. But let's get to 2 that I found interesting that you had. That honestly I don't like, but I like that you went outside the box on these. So let's go here. Other Chris trades you have, and you are going to get so much shit on this.
That's fine.
I feel like 5 years we've crossed the threshold of this, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been listening to the podcast. We have Jaden McDaniels and Rob Dillingham for Tyler Hero. Go ahead.
So back what I was saying, I think we need a guard that is an impactful enough guy where the defense can't set up to stop Anthony Edwards. I think in a perfect NBA offense, you need multiple guards that can break down the team and will also deliver the ball. Or you need your superstar to be a very pass-forward superstar. Like your superstar needs to control the entire offense, or you need two high-level guards that can do it. And I would say Anthony Edwards is about the lowest level of a passer that I would want out of that. Like he's such a good scorer, but he's not a great playmaker. So I think we need another scorer that can also be a playmaker. And that's where Tyler Hero comes in. And I also want this guy, if I was making a deal, to have size. Tyler Hero is 6'5". I get it. He's not like this, known as this amazing defender, but 6'5" is important. So I would do that. I think that would give us another guy. And it's not like these guys also have to be playing together at the same time. Like when Anthony Edwards isn't in the game, now you have Tyler Hero, like, right. And vice versa. I think it makes us so much harder to defend, especially when it comes in the playoffs. So yeah, I think this is a no-brainer for me. I get it. Jaden McDaniels, everyone loves him. That's fine. We've seen what this team does when it's fully constructed, and it's missing something. So you got to give up something to get something.
I get it. And I just want to go on the record that I respect it. I can't give up Jaden right now. I can't do it. And I understand what you're saying at full strength, what this team looks like. And I understand that we're trying to beat the Thunder at this point. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Rob, fine. No problem. And let's go to the one that I hate even more.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
Naz Reid and Donte DiVincenzo.
Yep.
So our bench from last year. For DeJounte Murray and Yves Missy. He's a good player. I shouldn't be I shouldn't be mispronouncing his name because he's a good player. So it's not like it's some nobody.
Right. So, and this is, I'll sell this one to you. So one thing that we miss still is rebounding and just pure like toughness. That's what this Yves Missy dude is. He is a 10-10 guy off the bench, above the rim finisher, just a tough guy. A nice guy to have on your team playing a couple like 15 minutes a game. And he's on a damn near nothing contract. DeJounte Murray fits the same role as I was talking with Tyler Hero, 6'5", former defensive second team, like all defensive second team player, former almost triple double a game guy. I know he's been hurt a lot. That's the thing. You're taking a risk. But as I mentioned earlier, Donte DiVincenzo is going to need a contract next year. So we're either trading him or he's probably walking, unless I don't know how that's going to work out. And Naz Reid, he's fine. $21 million for 5 more years. It's probably going to be an okay contract going forward. But what I'm seeing out of Naz isn't like, this is what we need to win a title. Like we're trying to win a championship. We've seen Naz be 6th man of the year on this team, and we paid him to maybe take a step forward, and it doesn't look like that's happening. He's fine. He's a good role player. But again, we need something more. Like if we're going to try to win a title, we need something more. And rolling a dice on a 6'5" point guard who, is a former all-star, former defensive, on the defensive team, damn near triple-double guy, next to Anthony Edwards, that kind of tenacity in the backcourt. The upside is huge. And the downside is if we don't make the trade, we're where we're at. And I don't think we're a championship team right now. So
right. And I get it.
No-brainer.
I get it. I just, like you said, the worry, and I like Missy. I like him, but the injury thing I'm closer on the Hero one than I am on the DeJounte Murray one, particularly. And I know he didn't fit well with Tre in Atlanta, but my friend's a big Atlanta fan, and that was kind of a mess there.
Yeah.
We talk just to end the show. I really want to show you this because I don't know if you've seen it. But we were talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but Tony Khan of AEW Wrestling had once had Giannis Antetokounmpo on the show. And let me just show you. Hold on. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nice try on that name.
He just goes nuts. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm a wrestling fan, and I saw that clip. Until I saw I didn't know who he was talking about. Tony Khan is just a little twerp, and it's pretty funny because
funny.
I know he's a horrible person, but Vince McMahon is like this, staunchy boss guy, and then you have Tony Khan who's like cowers in the corner. It's just
The opposite.
Twerp. Yeah, the opposite. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us today. We got some cool stuff on the horizon. Going to have some videos coming out. We're actually going to have Cole from 612 Tees on the show I think in January, so that's coming up as well. Also, I got a special episode coming up. I'll just leave it at that. Let's just say we're gonna hear a little bit about NIL and how that works. I got a connection out. I'll say this out in Denver that we're going to be talking to. It'll be fun. He's knowledgeable on the Wolves as well, and we're just gonna keep going here. We might have some live events coming up. We're gonna have some fun. But Chris, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too as well. And by the way, use promo code RUN25 at checkout at 612tees.com, or you see the QR code on the left corner of this video. Just scan that and it'll take you right to the website.
I'm picking one up today. I'm going to pick one tonight.
Awesome. And this is the Running with the Timberwolves podcast on the Believe Sports Network. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and or Apple. And as always, go Wolves.